Friends, on behalf of the community of the University of South Australia, I welcome you all back to the University of South Australia's Whyalla campus on the occasion of Reunion 35. For those of you who are unsure where the R35 comes from, the university is about to turn 10, and obviously the Institute had 25 years here. The campus has been a significant part of the Whyalla community's consciousness for 35 years, initially as part of the South Australian Institute of Technology, and since '91 as part of the University of South Australia. It remains the only regional university campus in the state and the major centre of tertiary education in rural South Australia. And for those of you who were on campus today, you'll be aware of the fact that there's also a significant presence of the South Australian Centre for Rural and Remote Health, which is already making significant changes to both the delivery of health services. We run 5 medical clinics out of the campus, medical practices, health services, research, development, community education and Aboriginal health are all located on the campus. So we have become incredibly diverse and it's an ongoing challenge to us in the campus to deliver services to the whole of South Australia. Just as an example, we currently have 45 full-time students at Mount Gambier. The staff commute between Whyalla and Mount Gambier. We started as a pilot plant, we've been talking bloody developments around Whyalla on the table. Started as a pilot, we had originally 10 in the pilot. We'll be graduating 8 of those 10 this year in the minimum time. So already the campus is delivering in those sorts of ways. Currently, over 40% of our students are off campus. Many of them come and use the excellent student accommodation in intensive summer schools and winter schools that we run. And so the campus is in many ways changed. And some of those issues obviously mean that there's not quite the student activity that there used to be, but the student numbers are significant. But the Vice-Chancellor goes on, the future success of the Whyalla campus, its community and its programs as a priority for UniSA. And she goes on to talk about the role of the campus in the university's blueprint for 2005. By 2005, it is planned that the campus will have strengthened its relationships with international universities. We already have significant university international activities. We currently run an AusAid program for the National Bank of Bhutan here on campus. I won't have a geography test for you to work out where Bhutan is, and those students have had a significant effect both on the campus and on the accounting profession in Whyalla. And we also obviously ensure the provision of distinctive educational opportunities for both local and international students. My Vice-Chancellor goes on to say congratulations to all those involved in the organisation of Reunion 35, and we'll pick that up later. And she says, I trust that the weekend celebration will be convivial, memorable and enjoyable for all those in attendance, and best wishes, Denise Bradley. As I've indicated, it is somewhat of the program has been planned a number of times, and the fact that the Chancellor's not here is unfortunate. The Chancellor does have a very close relationship with Whyalla, and he was disappointed not to be able to be here. The night, in a sense, is yours, and we're trying to keep the formalities down. So what I'd like to do is to ask Steve Beattie to come and take up the running for tonight. The origins of tonight are in Steve's rather fertile imagination, and I'm sure that there are stories that I've not heard, but even those that I have heard, indicate that a lot of thought, a lot of effort, as you'll see through things like the presentations and so on, has gone into tonight, and a good deal of it is to Steve's enthusiasm, to his initiative, his commitment to the campus. I'd also like to informally thank Adele Scott at this stage for the wonderful work that she's done, as well as running a fairly large brief in terms of marketing the campus across the region. She's also had the joys of developing and then organising tonight, and I'm sure most of you have seen the tireless efforts that she's put into assembling the group. There's that notion, that you herd sheep, and I suspect tonight's been a bit like herding cats. And so, as I say, it's been a major achievement to get everybody here. I thank you all. I know many of you have come large distances, and it really is, I think, a sense of something special about Whyalla. So with those a few brief words, I'd like to ask Steve if he'd come and get the show on the road. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Jim. It's great to be here and good to see everybody here tonight. I'd like to also continue with the slightly formal part and say welcome to John Smith and his wife Jocelyn for being here, the Mayor of Whyalla, and also special guests Jim and Andrea. Not Ian and somebody else, whatever you call them. Hey, Jim. So here we are, we made it. Reunion 35, and if last night at the Air Hotel and today at the university is anything to go by, tonight should be even better. And I'm sure you're like me, all looking forward to Reunion 40, then 50, and then 100. I want to see you all here. But I think I might have a bit of trouble organising that Reunion 100. Unless they extend lifespans by a great deal very shortly, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, a bit of a history about tonight. It goes back to Giorgio Marino, who's here tonight. Back in '92, he started organising all get-togethers of all the university characters that sort of we've maintained very close friendships, and there's a whole bunch of us from, I guess, from the late '70s to mid-'80s who've remained very close over the years. And around about 97, I think it was, myself and Deborah Burlington talked about organising a formal reunion, and in August 29, 1998, we had one. And we managed to get together about 33 of us in Adelaide, which was pretty good. We thought it was pretty impressive anyway. And it was at that same night, after copious amounts of social lubricants, that Rob Edwards and his wife Dawn said to me, "We should have one in Whyalla. What do you reckon next year?" And I foolishly volunteered to organise one. And I said, no, not 99, let's go for 2000. So here we are. So I've made some inquiries at the university. They could see some great synergies involved in this. And then the concept of reunion came about and became a reality for tonight. And it's great that the university has supported us. I was a graduate, for all those that don't know, but I started in '78, electrical engineering, and just a little fond memory I have of turning up there in 1978. There was 345 students approximately. Only 30 of those were full-time. I reckon there was only about 4 females in the place. Yeah. And the first social function I went to, all the guys were dancing with each other. And I thought, is this what university life's supposed to be? This is not what you see in the movies. But fortunately, they introduced the world to social workers. Yeah. They're a damn sight cuddlier, better looking, and they dance better than the blokes. So the social function's got to be a lot better than those days. And as some of them here tonight know, that they become good lovers and even wives, some of them, and mothers as well. And some of us become good fathers. So here we are, 35 years down the track, more worldly, a bit more grey hair, bigger waistlines, hopefully bigger salary packages than what we were getting paid back in the early days as trainee engineers. And perhaps some of us are even grandparents now. certainly a few of you who look like you could fall in that category. And some of you have got grey hair. So it's really fond memories that we have. Certainly I do anyway, and I know a lot of you do. Coming out of high school, starting university, maturing, growing up together, having great times, some bad times, like some of us failed exams and things like that. But all in all, they're great memories. They cost nothing to keep, but they're worth their weight in gold when you relive them as we are tonight, and you treasure them forever. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the University of South Australia for supporting tonight's function. And without their support and those of our sponsors, the Council of Whyalla, City Corporation City of Whyalla, and One Steel, tonight wouldn't have happened. Well, it wouldn't have happened. It would have happened, but it would have been as good. And I'd also like to extend very special thanks to Adele Scott, as Jim has already done that, because even though I started the ball rolling and it snowballed from there, without Adele, a lot of this wouldn't happen tonight. She's been a powerhouse of activity and she's done 99% of the hard work. We've taken all the credit, but never mind. At this point, I'd like to invite Jim and Adele to come forward, because we have a little gift for Adele. It's a bottle of 100-year scotch. You can't drink it until you're 100. Thank you. Now, have a little bit of housekeeping to do. Make sure you've signed the painting if you haven't already. The meal will be started with soup being brought to your table, and then the head waitress will nominate what tables to go up and get your main course. A reminder that breakfast tomorrow morning at the Uni Bar is at 9:30 and the bar will be open, and for all those champagne freaks. I want to remind you all to keep the photographs coming. The website is building every day. We're going to have a little slideshow above behind me while we're eating to show you the 710 odd photos we've got so far. And there's more arriving every day. And also there was 2 posters out the front, which are for Richard Fraser and Stephen Kittle. They're both working in the mountains in Chile in a BHP mine, I believe it is, in South America. They couldn't attend, of course, but we're sending a little memento anyway. And don't forget to see Adele for your coffee mugs and your wine glasses, the mementos for tonight. And as some of you already found out, the smoking is only at the bar or the immediate adjacent area. And I think that's about all I have to say. So let's party, have a good time, drive safely, and we'll see you at breakfast tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Matter, and again the planning is being done on the roll. One of the obvious relationships that the campus has always had has been with BHP, and as many of you are aware, the significant changes occurring with BHP with the divestment and the establishment of One Steel. The university and One Steel have continued the relationship, and one of the highlights of tonight from the Chancellor's viewpoint was to make an announcement. Unfortunately, as I've indicated, the Chancellor can't be here, so it's with great pleasure that I take the prerogative of being Dean of the Council, of the campus, to indicate that One Steel has very graciously and generously offered an undergraduate scholarship for the campus, and so it is one of those things which we're very proud. As many of you are aware, the old cadetship system has generated a large array of people throughout BHP. One of the concerns that the campus had was how we would maintain and continue the relationship, and so from our viewpoint, the announcement of the scholarship tonight is both an indication to you that the campus is alive and very well, but also that the two of the significant aspects of Whyalla, that is the university campus and One Steel, have continued their relationship. And so, Jim, and I apologise if I called you anything else, it is with great pleasure that I announce the One Steel scholarship. It is the first for the campus, and it is, I think, a wonderful opportunity for local students to continue their education here in Whyalla, and we thank you very much for the generosity. I also should apologise for Leo Selick, who was to have been here but unfortunately is in Melbourne, and Jim, as Vice President, thank you very much. So on behalf of the campus, can I both announce the scholarship and ask One Steel to respond? Thank you very much.
Harvey, Mayor Smith and the Lady Mayoress, I think Steve and Adele, and of course the rest of the guests here tonight. Firstly, I'd like to recognise 35 years of association between the Steelworks and the Institute and the University. The first 35 with BHP and into the future with One Steel. I have to say something about One Steel, can't miss the opportunity. We're all pretty enthusiastic about the future of One Steel and therefore the future of Whyalla and our relationship with Whyalla and our relationship with the university. We've invested a lot of time and energy in the new business. We've opened up 2 new mines in the last 2 years, and we've invested $85 million in transforming the business into the modern steel making activity that's there today. The investment of $85 million has positioned Whyalla as the most technologically advanced steel making business in Australia, making a range of products that are not available from anywhere else. When I look around the room, I can see many people sitting around here who are involved in that activity. I guess the association with the Institute and the University goes back a long way. We were trying to work out today how many cadets and graduates have gone through the various programs over the years. It's something like 600. I don't know whether that's exactly right, but it's a lot of students, a lot of graduates. Many in this room, many in the rest of South Australia, and indeed Chile and other places around the world. That's a very significant contribution to this community, to One Steel's business, and to indeed to Australia.
Little child, they're coming to get you, Adele. They've finally worked out what's wrong with you. So this is what 80 people look like having breakfast. Of course.
Gosh, run around so you can see.
I should have known. You got to go up this bit. This is recording. Yep, there we are.
We made it. Yep.
Well, I'm here with Steve Beattie.
We were survived.
Now, Steve, can you give us a few impressions of this reunion and how successful it's been?
Oh, I think it's gone along very nicely. The number of people who spoke to me last night and said, "That's the best thing since sliced toast." I said, "No, muffin's been invented recently," and they said, "Oh, yeah, we forgot about that." But yeah, they had a good time.
That's good. Any plans to do this again?
In 5 years' time. 40. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Do you think people's memories will hold out that long? Or,
Absolutely. Memories like these just last forever. Bye! Who's that?
Oh, that's all right. If it lasts, that was a big pet. If it lasts. Anyway, before that one ran out, I got another one.
Well, Tony, can you make any comments about how things went last night?
Wonderful.
I heard people stayed up quite late.
Good entertainment. Nice food.
So where did you wind up last night?
Take that away.
Well,
No.
I'm just talking to some people here, and
Ken's a bit close, mate.
some people... Now, Jenny's not here this morning. What's
No,
actually happened to Jenny?
Social workers rock.
Jenny actually hired the room for another day or another night so she could sleep. She just needed it so badly.
And what was the reason for this? Was she partying a bit too much last night?
Well, I think it was probably just about 3 nights in a row that sort of tipped the balance for her.
I see. Well, she looked pretty good yesterday anyway when I saw her.
Yeah, no, she scrubs up well all
Yeah,
the time. I don't know how she does it.
Now do a Blair Witch project.
The missing social workers, yeah. How many are you missing this morning?
Okay. Now, Jeanette, what's your impression of this reunion?
Oh, I think the DJ and the music could have been better. But other than that, the company was great.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good. Did you meet any people you hadn't seen for a long time?
lots, yes. Yeah.
And do you think you might come to reunion 40?
Oh, yeah. I'll try to.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And who else do we have here today?
We have Adele.
How you've changed.
Adele.
What do you do over there?
Marine engineering, the submarine corporation. Help with the myriad of problems the submarine's got.
How do you think the reunion went, Adele? Do you think it was worthwhile
It was
organising this?
definitely worthwhile, Ken. I'm really pleased.
And what do you think about the quality of the people who turned up here?
Oh, they're wonderful. I love them all. It's like I knew everybody before they got here. All the emails and the lists and everything, all the backwards and forwards. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
So I hope I've made new friends.
Good.
Really good.
Great.
And you'll be doing reunion 40, I guess, will you?
Depends where I am, but knowing Steve, yes. No, it'd be excellent. 'Cause I'd like to be part of the group. So
That's good. That's good, actually. And
Thank you.
who do we have here?
Seem to rock up all the time.
It's Victor.
Hello, Ken.
And how was last night? Was it a late night for you?
Good, yeah. I think we finished up about 4 or 5
you went
in
on
the
to the
morning.
air as well.
Yeah, Bay view as it turns out. But, yeah, a bit of dancing and carrying on. Good.
That's very good.
Burn a little bit of the alcohol up. It was good. It was a great night. Yeah, it was enjoyed by all. It was
Excellent.
good to catch up with so many characters.
And any messages for people who didn't actually come?
Well, I have to make sure they're here for the next one. That's very good indeed.
That's a good message, actually.
So yeah, it's a bit of a you've got to cut a bit of time out and a bit of money out, but it's well worth it. Yeah, which is like we were saying, it gives you a chance to reflect back and.
You came all the way from Perth, I believe, didn't you? For
Yep.
this?
Yeah. I spent a couple of days in Adelaide as well, but it was good just to fly up here for that and make a night of it.
Oh, it's good going.
Indeed.
Well, I'll move on and see who else is here.